Hello everyone! A few days ago I've released the biggest analysis on this channel because the 73rd episode gave us so much new information to discover. And I still had to cut down as much theories and guessing as possible not to make that video even longer. In that analysis, I didn't have an opportunity to speak about CAMERAWOMAN's history and lore as detailed as I initially wanted. So that's what I'll do today. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that we know about CAMERAWOMAN and also answer the following questions. How exactly was she connected with PLUNGERMAN and Lucky Cameraman? What was her role in the mysterious Alpha Hills project, and what was its goal in the first place? And most importantly, how was she related to the secret agent, and how will her life change now after PLUNGERMAN is gone? Get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end because I prepared something truly mind-blowing for you. Let's go! CAMERAWOMAN was the second in row to appear in Boom's Skibidi toilet series, and initially she did not have as much details about her or her personality as TV Woman or Speaker Woman had, for example. But now, as episode 73 got released, my perspective actually changed upside down about her, and now lots of pieces of her lore make more sense to me. So before talking about all the secrets and revelations connected to her in episode 73, let me refresh your memory and remind you of her story before this iconic episode. So she debuted in episode 52, just 3 episodes after TV Woman got revealed, and created a huge hype train about female characters representing every race back in the days of this series. And in this episode, she showed how she had an epic ability to release powerful bolts from the gun placed on her back, which got retracted after she entered the combat mode. These bolts were capable of automatically targeting their victims without letting them a chance to escape this system. The speed of those darts and the level of damage that they do to an enemy was just insane. And this ability of distance combat immediately made CAMERAWOMAN one of the strongest soldiers of the Alliance. She then can be briefly seen at the beginning of episode 53 standing in the cool posture over the fallen toilet. And you know who else shown in this episode? Our buddy PLUNGERMAN. And now I'd like to point out something really interesting. In episode 51, we saw PLUNGERMAN, and his appearance was regular with no glowy camera. But after CAMERAWOMAN appeared with her bright blue lens, his camera turned blue as well and stayed like that till the last episode he was featured in. And I believe it was one of the first hints that Booms gave us about the possible connection of these two characters. She also appeared for a short period of time in the second part of episode 57, where we could notice the large turret on her back once again, and she used it to hurt G-Toilet really bad and even make him escape the battlefield. By the way, this weapon model is the reference to the emplacement gun from the game called Half-Life 2. And it seemed like the shots that she released at G-Toilet at that moment were powerful enough to stop him from using his lasers and possibly drive him away. And I also noticed that she may have 2 different types of missiles, which are damage-inducing and paralyzing darts. So in case with G-Man from episode 57, it looked to me that she used paralyzing darts on him. And that's why his face became so convulsed, and he made such a horrible scream and rushed away. Probably the power of paralysis in these shots were not enough to immobilize him, but CAMERAWOMAN still definitely hit something crucial inside of his system. But aside from her fighting abilities, she became really remarkable in Skibidi toilet community due to her fashion and style as well. Her black trench coat is really cool, and also the way her camera head has 2 color modes. Blue for the state of peace and red for the combat is really refreshing to see because before that, we've only seen such bright colors on Titan Cameraman or PLUNGERMAN. And then we see her in episode 66, where she with the rest of iconic female squad cooks on the battlefield. And I noticed one crazy detail about her when PLUNGERMAN also landed next to them. Did you notice how she cutely moved her metal earpieces together when she saw him? Man, she really reminded me of a cat a little bit in this scene. And now, as we are aware of events of episode 73, I have no doubts that she has actual feelings towards PLUNGERMAN. And in that scene, she was clearly proud of him killing it on the battlefield. So now I am pretty sure that they could have been more than friends when they were people back in the 80s. Although it's not confirmed 100%, but I believe that Boom was hinting towards that for a really long time. And what do you guys think about that? Are they more than friends or not? And then, after a short appearance in episode 66, she was shown once again at the end of the first part of the 70th episode, where she's got some really nice upgrades. She appeared having 2 more guns on both of her arms, but we've got to see them in action only a few episodes later. And also later we could notice how she replaced the turret on her back with the mechanical blaster cannon. It still had an input targeting system, but the blasts of energy were much more powerful than darts. And this upgrade boosted her power a lot. So in general, I can say that in terms of strength, she is a bit weaker than other two of her female counterparts. But she was still considered to be one of the strongest warriors of the Alliance that gives a great support in the distanced fight. But till the 73rd episode, we didn't know much about her story or personality. We could feel in episode 52 that she knew Plungerman before, and that they are probably good friends. And the double thumbs up that she made was also really cute. But aside from that, not much was revealed to us about her. And that's why for some time she was the least popular girl in the Alliance. But everything changed in the iconic 73rd episode that took me almost 2 days to analyze, by the way, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing, because I work really hard to entertain you guys. Okay, but let's continue. So in this episode, the large layer of new information about Camerawoman's past was revealed to us, and how she and Plungerman actually knew each other for a really, really long time. And I guessed that besides Plungerman, she was also familiar with such faces as Mecha Cameraman Scientist, Lucky Cameraman, and the secret agent himself. But I'll talk about him specifically later in this video, so watch it to the end, not to miss anything important. So what is this mysterious project that Camerawoman aka Kathy was working on together with Plungerman aka Dave, and possibly with Mecha Scientist and Lucky Cameraman as well? Unfortunately, we don't know their real names yet, but I believe that more details will be revealed later in the series. So in my analysis of episode 73, I suggested that Group C worked on the project with opening the mysterious gates. And after that gates got opened, we saw a beam of blue light entering the room, which was fenced off from the characters with the glass shield. So I immediately thought that it's possible for that gates to open some sort of special way between different universes or even worlds. Just think about, such plot is really popular in lots of sci-fi movies or games, and believe me, the ending after such experiments is almost never happy. Plus, let's remember something important about Alpha Hill's laboratory as well. In the picture from the second part of episode 70, we could see that Alpha Hills is a government-sponsored underground laboratory, which means that initially this laboratory could have concentrated on military empowering of a stated government or finding new ways to become stronger in comparison with other countries. And considering how the names of main protagonists are Kathy and Dave, and that they are speaking in English, I believe that the stated government could have been USA, although it's not 100% confirmed in the series yet. And in case you don't know some real dark secrets of it, there was a real project called MK Ultra, organized by and undertaken by CIA. And it started in 1953 and ended in 1973. And it's also interesting how in that picture it was stated that the secret agent was assigned with a role of administrator of this mysterious complex in 1979, which is really not far away from the real date of MK Ultra project ending. So that's what I'm thinking. Alpha Hill's laboratory was focused on either researching some unearthly and deep hidden materials, or developing some shady new technologies in order to do one main thing: win the arms race in competition with other countries, or something like this. After some time, a new man was hired as the administrator of the whole complex, and it was the secret agent whose real name we also don't know yet. It was in 1979, and then the complex seemingly underwent some major changes, and apparently the other scientists and workers in this laboratory that were seen in this picture with the secret agent all knew about these possible changes coming, and that's why the expressions on their faces were so dim and unhappy. They knew that the process of work in this secret laboratory is going to change in another turn, and this turn will not be good. So 6 years later, Administrator could have announced another special project to work on, and this project seemed to be their bravest and most insane act so far. It looks to me that this project was focused on reaching the other universes or connecting with other realms, probably in order to establish a contact with their inhabitants and enhance the military power of one of the Earth's countries. And Camerawoman was apparently one of the most skilled scientists working on this project since the very beginning, and that's why she was responsible for opening the gate, and that's why she documented this important step on her camera. But the project proved to be highly dangerous and unstable in the end anyways, because otherwise how could have all the population on Earth turned out into hardware heads fighting with Skibidi toilets? Well, I believe that this project with connecting to creature from another universe just went terribly wrong, as it often happens with ambitious plans like these in lots of different sci-fi movies and games with similar plot. Probably the Alpha Hills workers overestimated their level of control and security, or maybe they flew too close to the sun. Who really knows? And honestly, guys, I have a lot of thoughts about not only this project, but about the original of all the hardware heads and Skibidi toilets in general. But as it's not really connected to CAMERAWOMAN directly, I'll make a separate video about this. And now let me tell you the most important thing about CAMERAWOMAN and why I'm actually getting really afraid for her life by future episodes of the series. It's no secret to us that she worked with PLUNGERMAN and knew him both as a person and scientist for a long time. We also know that PLUNGERMAN was really inconvenient for the secret agent, and with time he started knowing way too much. And for that, the secret agent eliminated him, even despite the fact that PLUNGERMAN was one of his employees, apparently. And now we know that CAMERAWOMAN is not going to forget her friend in any way. And now she even uses his spiked plunger, and it seems to me that metaphorically, she became Plunger Girl herself. And in episode 73, we could notice how now the secret agent watches her directly, which is super creepy. What if he's planning to eliminate her as well sooner or later because now she knows too much too? And she also recorded a green glow appearing on PLUNGERMAN's body in the moment of his destruction, which could be the link to the secret agent as well. So I'm afraid that this brave girl is in terrible danger right now. And I can't wait to see the next episodes to understand what's going to happen to her. And that was all for today. Write in the comments below about how excited you are to see the second part of 73rd episode, and be sure to subscribe to my channel not to miss my new videos, and also to my Discord, where you can contact me directly and get lots of information for my subscribers only. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!